Welcome to the Virtual Classroom Moderator Guide. In this video, we're going to discuss how to manage actions in your live session, including uploading a presentation, initiating a poll, muting all users, and creating breakout sessions. Here's a virtual classroom session where I am currently the moderator. Down here in the left-hand corner is the Actions icon. From here, you can upload a presentation, initiate a poll, mute all participants, or create breakout rooms. Let's start with uploading a presentation. You can drag and drop files to this box here, or you can click to browse for files. And ideally, any file that you upload should be a PDF. So even in this case, I have a sample PowerPoint presentation that before uploading it to the virtual classroom, I saved it as a PDF file type. Once you upload it, click Start. This sometimes takes a minute or two, so it's a good idea to upload all of the files that you'll need for your class before the students start joining your virtual classroom session. Remember, you have 10 minutes to enter your session before participants. So now my sample presentation for this virtual classroom moderator guide appears on the whiteboard. If I go and look at the student view, this is how the students would see that presentation. You can tell it's a student view because there's no opportunity to share their screen or upload a presentation or advance the slides. So the students are going to see that presentation pop up as soon as you do. Going back to the session that I am moderating, here is my PowerPoint presentation. I can advance the slides, or I can choose any one slide to just jump to. I want to talk about a couple of do's and don'ts of your PowerPoint presentations. First, I recommend that you do convert all PowerPoint files to PDF files for optimal viewing. It's also going to preserve your formatting. It's going to flatten it for you so that when you upload it to Virtual Classroom, it'll stay looking the same. I also recommend go for it. Use color and design features that can sometimes pop in the Virtual Classroom. And then also I recommend uploading all of the files that you're going to use for the class in advance and toggle between them. What do I mean by toggle? If you go here to the Actions icon and click on Upload Presentation again, I can see here I have two options. This is my current sample presentation, and this is the default. This is just the plain whiteboard. So if I click that and click Start, it'll go back to the whiteboard. Now I can click Upload a Presentation again, and this time I'll click the sample presentation and it'll go to my sample presentation and it'll pick up where I left off. So if you have other items like images or Word documents or Excel documents, TXT, RTF, HTML, zip files, these are all kinds of things that you can upload to the whiteboard area of the virtual classroom. When you're using a PowerPoint presentation, there are some things that won't work so well. The first is animations. So if you're moving from one bullet to the next, you're going to have to do that as you build slides. You can't actually do the animations because the process of converting the PowerPoint to a PDF flattens it, and the virtual classroom is going to do that anyway. I also recommend not including too much text, just like a general PowerPoint rule. Also, sometimes this whiteboard can be very small, especially if you have a lot of webcams on at the same time. And so I highly recommend not using any font size less than 24. Right now, the black text here is 24, and that's even a little small. Also, we recommend that you do not include videos in the virtual classroom. The sound will not play to students. It's always a good idea to load your PowerPoint presentation up in a virtual classroom in advance and see if there's anything that gets a little wonky in the process, and then you can fix it before you show it to students. So that's all about uploading presentations. Suppose you want to initiate a poll in your class. It's always a good idea to have the poll ready to go on a PowerPoint slide, or you could also use the annotation tools and create a text box that includes the choices. You have to provide those choices, A, B, C, D, what those are going to be, either through that PowerPoint presentation or through a text box, in order for your students to know what those options are. Once you have provided the options for your participants, then you can click the action icon and select Initiate a Poll. Because we've set it up as A, B, C, D, I want to make sure that my poll matches the choices I've given to students. You have a lot of options here. You can also create some custom polls. When you're ready, click Create. And this is what it looks like for the moderator. So I can see these options, and in real time, I'll be able to see what my participants are choosing. Let's look at the student view. So now I'm in a virtual classroom session as a test student, and I can see on the PowerPoint presentation, my choices for my favorite bubbly water are listed here below, and then I've got my polling options right here. I'm going to choose D. And now the poll disappears for me as a student. If I go back to the moderator view, I can see immediately that someone has chosen D. At this time, I have a choice. I can either just close the poll and then viewers will not see what the answers were, or I can publish the results. I'm going to choose to publish those results. And then they appear down here below, again, real time. And this closes the poll. You can't accept further answers after it's been closed. And now I can see that, and if I look at the student view, the student is also able to see the results of the poll. This is a great way to engage your learners with questions as you're going through your presentation. The other thing that you might want to do from the actions item is mute all users. Suppose there's some background noise or someone is talking over someone else. This is just a nice opportunity to say, okay, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to mute all users and then reset. And so all you have to do is click mute all users, and now all users are muted except for you as the moderator. And when you're ready, you can unmute all, and then they can choose to mute as they like. That can be a useful tool. The last thing that you might do with this actions icon is divide your class up into groups. So suppose you want to do a group activity in your class. So you give your students some instructions. You say, you're going to be working in groups for 10 minutes. I'll be able to drop by each group in case you have any questions. After the students join their breakout session, you give them some activity, something they need to accomplish. And then you give the students the direction that they need to pick one person from their group to present their results to the entire class when you join back up together. So this is a group activity done in virtual classroom using breakout sessions. So if you go down here to the actions icon, you can create breakout rooms. You can choose up to 6 rooms, and you can set the time limit. I'm going to say 10 minutes because that matches what I put on my slide. And then right now I only have one student in this class, but I can move them to different rooms. You should see your entire class list in that first room, and then you can divvy students out into other rooms. Once you're ready, then you can create those breakout rooms. Okay. Once you've created that breakout room, underneath the title of your session here, you can easily go into the various rooms, and it'll open the new virtual classroom session in a new tab. Now I have joined room 1. It gives me how much time is left for this breakout session. If I go look at my test student 2, I assigned the test student to room 2, and now it's asking that student to join their breakout session and how they're going to join. Notice that when students join, the breakout rooms, they become moderators. The first student to join the room becomes the moderator of that breakout session, and then the other students will be participants. And so this student now has access to the PowerPoint presentation as slide 1, wherever I left off. And so they'll be able to still continue to see the directions for that group assignment, but they can also upload a presentation. They can initiate a poll for their group. They can share their screens, and so they can annotate. So they're going to have some of those moderator privileges when they're in that group breakout session. As a faculty member, then, you can go into those various rooms. You can enter and leave by just closing those windows and going back to your manage session. The breakout sessions will end either when you end them, so you can go to the action icon and you can close all breakout rooms, or they'll just end when the time is up. So that you gave them 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, all of those breakout sessions will end, and then you can carry on with class. If you'd like to, then you can invite the leaders of each group to either with their webcam or their microphone present the results of their breakout sessions. Using the actions icon gives you a lot of engagement tools for managing your class, either through uploading presentations or initiating polls or creating breakout sessions so that students can talk to each other in those small groups and then report back to the larger class. To learn more, visit the Help Center on PantherLearn or check out the Faculty Services Professional Development page. You can always email facultyservices@ohiodominican.edu with any questions or concerns. Have a great one!